The first bit of smokes have been tossed back in. However, the follow-up is coming in now. And we can see cajunB hiding out in Sandwich, getting ready to fight this one back. His first battle against C's, well, he gets the kill and the bomb, gets the second and the third as well. cajunB just single-handedly shuts down the entire direct hit, and now all that remains is the players that were flanking in from underpass. One more is sitting in live in the smoke, but he's not going to get very far. He's a lot of pressure, possibly working its way out from mid here on the north side of things, and they're immediately going to indeed challenge all of that right from the start of this one, but it doesn't go that great. Just a 2-for-2 trade. Config leaping around while completely blind. Somehow Edward doesn't end up taking him down. Not sure if he was hit by the flashbang or not, but now C's comes in from underpass, but Config is able to hold the line right there. Now MSL caught looking away, but Flamey is not checking the sandwich, so MSL gets away with another one for free. Just down to Edward now in a 1v3 scenario, and sneaking in. Not spotted out by the player in window, so he is going to be able to move over here. I think MSL just saw him over on the B site, however, so he's going to try to play against this. The flashbang moves in, rotates are on their way over, and they do just basically get themselves into a crossfire setup. Smokes in the window room, going to prevent vision there. Config, I think, is boosted up on top of these little boxes here, so he can actually find a good amount of vision himself. Flamey, though, hits his first entry back on the tier ramp, but it's traded out by AZ already. That's correct. Is now gone. Config snipes away his first free kill here against Simple. Molly's off the lower step. C's is looking for a new route now towards B, as he does catch Magic's boy jumping up, but is unable to do actually any damage to him. Sees Config going for the cross as well, so they know there's two CTs with presence right besides the apartments over in this bomb site, and now AZ with perfect timing is just going to walk right out into mid. No one from NaVi's checking for that. The problem is, though, is that their heavy focus on B. NaVi's drawing all their attention to that, and they're impacting. Guardian's picked up his kill. AZ can see the butt of the rifle there from Guardian, but he actually can't get the kill, and now against Edward. Edward actually beats him out in the 1v1 there. So he's going to be able to take him out of the picture. And now Config and cajunB are the last two remaining. Config going to be sent into the open, but not into the open enough apparently. He's able to take down Guardian, looks to transfer the spray. Unsuccessful in that regard, so now it is down to cajunB in a 1v2. Will just leap outside of the window and finds himself an open path. He's trying to look for that player. It's very low. It's Edward way back on cap with only 12 HP. He knows C's is close too. So plenty of ammo to play with here. He's not going to be running out of ammo anytime soon, but Seized will shut things down. A little bit less of an effect now, as it's basically just going to turn into a really quick cat positioning. Maybe he can flank out one or two players here, but in he comes now, finding two in the open. He's got to make sure he doesn't get checked, though. Once he gets closer, so we can have more impact with the UMP. Almost losing Simple, but there's the first kill, getting the second, and he's got a chance at a third, since Guardian's still sitting inside of the ladder room. He gave himself away with a return shot, and cajunB picks up Flamey and Seized with a great flashbang to support him. Their utility is deployed into the open. Basically, all their flashbangs getting tossed back out, trying to delay NaVi for a couple of extra seconds. And while it does work, it hasn't actually significantly delayed them too much, so they're still going to be able to get onto that site, get the plant. cajunB missing the return shot as he attempts to find one player, retreating back over towards T-ramp, and this is going to be a rough setup to break. They do have Config coming in on the flank, but this timing may work out for Simple to just immediately counter this, but no, Simple's going to walk right past him. What's even worse is that he made noise, so Config is able to detect that and kill him, so he doesn't get countered out a few seconds later. Sees trades the kill. That Molly moving in, though, allows for Config to pick up a second one on the flank, and he gets the third as well against Guardian. AZ going to move in, finish off the fourth. There's one more to go, and it's Seized, but he's picked up the trade kill against AZ. This one more pickup is all he needs to clutch this one out for NaVi, and he's running the timer down beautifully. Nicely played from Seized. Config is going to take him out, but it doesn't matter, as there's no time left to defuse that bomb, and NaVi are going to be netting themselves a third. They will go here towards A with smokes being deployed across the site. Ticket's going to be smoked back out, so unfortunately MSL, the one lone player actually in the site, is not going to be able to do much. The good news is, though, is that the double man setup in mid is going to completely kill the mid pitch, as we can see here. Config easily gets both of those kills. They will check over towards top mid, but they're not going to find anything there. And in that timing, well, MSL is actually able to find a kill through the smoke, eliminating Guardian. That I was not expecting. Config again with another pickup, leaping in through connector, destroys Seized. This hit has completely fallen apart. They'll once again have to deal with it on this next gun round, since their utility is not going to be that great. They really aren't going to be able to restrict MSL that much as they move in, though. A nice shot from Simple is able to eliminate AZ. Simple now falls back inside of the palace for right now, so that Flamey can try to move in, take a little bit more of the workload away. As MSL's been brought down to 7 HP, this may be one of those few rounds where he actually does go down without significant impact. Flamey for sure has to know he's there with the way he's aiming towards it. Flashbang moving back in, affecting both of them, and for whatever reason, MSL, despite the fact he's flashed, peeks back out. Flamey is going to be able to easily capitalize upon that, and now they need to get Config back into the mix. I think he spotted Flamey, but he pays attention to Simple. Doesn't matter, though. Simple, again, with these entry kills coming out from the palace, finds a second very crucial one now as well, as he takes out Config. Cajun B is going to have free reign here for a few extra seconds, and finally Simple slips up, which is going to give Cajun B the room he needs to pick up a kill. He does go for the shot against the player over at Head Glitch, and at the end of the day, Flamey and Edward now. Let's take a look and see if NaVi can find success once again. They made it happen in the last round through slow and arduous process of having Simple pick off players one by one, and Flamey to move in to finish off any of the stragglers. This time, everybody's going to be moving in at once. MSL goes down, no pickups for him. Guardian finding a second kill against Cajun B. The bomb going to go down on the site. Guardian, the only player that's even taken damage so far, down at 31 HP. Everyone else still at full 100. AZ finally changes the game placing a little bit here, though, as he trades out the kill into Flamey. Config had himself an opportunity, but misses the jump from outside of the palace, and that's going to kill it. They have this down to a 3v4. They still have positioning to go for a retake here, but the time is going to be running low really quickly. AZ jumping in, though, able to find C's. Config with a second pickup. Back over by the ramp. Simple trading out one, but then Magis takes down Edward. Simple's still alive, though, and he may just outright clutch this in the 1v3. Getting into it here, North unfortunately aren't going to have the best buy themselves. 2 UMPs and 3 upgraded pistol armor purchases, and immediately one of them, now 2 of them, are going to go down at the hands of Flamey. MSL and KGB trying to test their luck with aggression. Configs look to do the same thing, but it just hasn't paid off on any respect so far. Flamey now nets himself his 3rd kill as he picks off Config, trying to fall back underneath of the platform, and even AZ, who seems to have an absolute advantage at the start of this one, goes down. It's the same story for Magis, as NaVi get a clean sweep. North are going to deploy directly out onto A. They've got good smoke coverage as well. They are going to have to deal with the usual ticket player, but everyone else that wraps back in is going to be a non-factor. Edward and Simple both picking up kills. Simple now dead on the ground at the hands of Cajun B, however. Does bring things back slightly under the control of North, at least for now, but the retake potential is still very, very strong at this point for NaVi. They've already got everyone here. They are going to have C's held back a little bit, but they don't expect to find him over towards CT. However, he just can't finish off that kill against Cajun B. Rest of the players moving in and slowly swarming around these T's now as Guardian, Flamey, and Guardian again all pick up the remaining kills. They've got the basics besides that. Start things off. Well, Edward is actually going to be caught by this 3-man push moving in. The nade responses, though, could be pretty good, and indeed they are. Guardian gets the double on the UMP, along with the extra nade kill, and now Simple claims the 4th. So it started off great for North, knocking out a player aware of where his own positioning was at the start of things. They immediately trade it back, and now Magis sits alone in a 1v3 situation, which is pretty much going to be impossible here. But we'll see how he attempts to play it back out. All this action happening within the first 30 seconds of the round, so Magis basically has unlimited time to try and play this one back out. But at the moment, just slowly creeping into A, trying to hunt for the player underneath of the platform. Oh, look at this play now that we're going to attempt to see from Edward. The smoke in the middle of nowhere. Does this actually trip him? Nobody checks for it, so Edward goes in, gets the first kill for free. Unfortunately, the spray's a little bit messy, so there's a fast trade from MSL, but gets the job done at the very least and alerts them to the presence of what's now lurking over here in mid, as they are going to have to go for the 2-man pinch while the other 2 attempt to push their way in through conventional methods out here. Both the Palace and the ramp, and Guardian is watching out, trying to counter that, but he's going to have to deal with 2 different angles at once, and he, more importantly, has to hit this initial shot. The good news is, though, is that the player in Palace has now been countered out. Simple finding that frag, but then Magis Boy also picking up the initial kill against Simple here. Flamey inside of the connector does massive damage, is able to eliminate AZ, and he almost takes down MSL, bringing us into another even 2v2 situation, which C's is now going to try to take ultimate advantage upon. But misses the player back over underneath the shed there, and also jumps, so alerts MSL to his presence, as he's now basically just going to sit back here and wait, since North still have plenty of time to run down. And I think they're actually choosing to switch this up and swing over towards B as well. C's, though, finally capitalizes on that kill against MSL, and now Magis is just in a race against time here. But this is a lot more straightforward than he seems to think it is. He's checking over towards the apartments, and one, he's got them both lined up. He knows they're here. He's got the first kill, done half the damage to the second one, but he commits to that spray, so Guardian's able to line it up on a peak, pushes him back inside of the ladder room, where he's now going to swing his attention over here towards the window itself, where he's not going to find much as there's still smoke back out. Guardian, though, finding the first push inside, and the rest of North are now trying to execute towards B, where MSL has hit that first kill, but Edward trading it back and doing massive damage to his second player. Doesn't matter, though, as Config is still able to piece together a kill as he eliminates C's, and Magis spots another one trying to push their way in from Cat, commits to that spray, eliminates Edward, and now just 2 remain for the CT side, as Guardian and Simple will look to battle their way back into the site. Bomb has only recently just gone down, so they definitely have the time to retake here, but Simple has to do most of the heavy lifting, as they already know where Guardian's at and they position against him. Simple's down, though, but Guardian hit the trade kill. Unfortunately, he can't get more than that.
The main goal of this round is just to save that off onto Guardian. You need to make sure he carries this into the next round.
This from Guardian trying to sneak in on top of the smoke by the ticket booth, but it does not pay off. AZ immediately punishing him. Simple moves through the smoke to be able to trade 1 kill, but it's short-lived as Config So right back at him with the trade frag, and now Flamey getting KGB out into the open, confused as well with the flashbang. That's the bomb going down. This is actually a huge takeaway, but Config and Magisk just trade those kills right back, and sees this caught trying to escape. But he is going to change himself up inside of the connector instead, after not spotting any initial presence, and immediately that impacts in a huge way. He's able to take down AZ, but gets aggressive, moving out against Config, who just crab walks himself further towards the boxes and eventually trades out the frag onto Guardian, just going 1 for 1 at the start. Now moving in, here's Simple, the second op coming into the picture here, as Flamey also moves into mid and picks up Config, and Simple, nicely done.
Bait him into staying there while you go out A, and just contact out A.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to stay there if there's a missed window smoke. You think you're just going to get a free kill.
Well, immediately this time, Edward is the one that picks up that kill against Config. They were trying to swing back out, but both him and Guardian find themselves dead as a result of trying to go hunting for some kills here. Now MSL, good flashbang from the CTs. Unfortunately, MSL is not pushed up far enough to be able to punish upon that, and now he can get in a position to try to counter Flamey. MSL's having some trouble hitting that shot, though, but AZ coming in, bails out his teammate a little bit, and now Simple's going to try to change his luck as he moves in, picks up the 1 kill against AZ, and there's one more still sitting inside the connector that he can punish. Trying to spray him down through the paneling, but just ran out of ammo. MSL escapes that fight with just 8 HP to his name. And in a second here, Magisboy is going to try to lurk back around Simple's backside and finish off the round. Just taking his time with it. You definitely don't want to test Simple. Even though he may have fallen off a little bit as of late, he still has that potential to roll in and just dominate the entire match. He gives up on this pursuit, though, and tries to fall back with the AK. Between Edward and Flamey, that's all the utility they have. Sees this 1 additional flashbang, but that is it. They're going to be very lax on their amount of utility here, and already Guardian going back down. Simple, the double up, trying to find some impact here. Both him and Edward have picked up trade kills, so bringing this back into an advantage for NaVi to try and work off of. And immediately, most players are rotating over. They are going to keep Seized back on the other bomb set, at least for now. That will have to change immediately, though, with KGB picking up the additional kill against Flamey. They need everyone from the CT side here to defend, as this might very well be their last stand. And what is this? Simple just walking right out, getting that kill on Magis before being traded out by Cajun. They let him get away with that, and that still keeps things even. And just knocks off another player from the north side of things. Now they're trying to be cautious, checking for their flags and whatnot. They still haven't even really moved out to take control, though. So NaVi is in a great position here. If they don't overpeak, they don't overplay their odds, and that's exactly what Seized just did there. Going for the peak, finds himself in a losing battle versus Cajun B, and now everything rests on Edward's shoulders. But we're also on the cusp of an ace from Cajun B, as he's just been going in and out of Palace the entire course of this round so far, and picking off guys 1 by 1. And he may very well be able to end it with that as well. We'll have to see where Edward decides to play this towards, as he ends up just wrapping over towards the connector. Now, after the bomb has gone down on the ground, he is going to try to move back in and attempt to punish AZ, but nope, AZ gets that kill and closes out for North.
You know, really costing them there, where they're just peeking things they shouldn't be peeking and whatnot. AZ gets an early kill onto Seized. Where was that at? Underpass?
Yeah, right there. It's a lot of free real estate, and that's dangerous to give on a map point. As we can see, Guardian, though, is able to pick up a kill against AZ. He gets slightly over-aggressive, punishing him there. It's a long way to go for now to be able to win this one, however. But at the very least, they brought it back down into an even 4v4 situation. Magisboy is going to look to try and change up the situation, though, with his lurk in the apartments, moving in to try and hunt down Edward or anyone else that may be out on this site. He doesn't know it's here just yet, so he's got to take it nice and slow, but the rest of his team is falling behind, and time is getting extremely low, so they need to move in on the execute here, and Magis makes some work get done. Moves in, eliminates Guardian and Edward. Simple trading one back, looking for the second kill, and he's almost done it, but he is going to get pushed out by MSL. Now it's just Flamey left alive in a 1v3 situation. He'll end up in market. Very straightforward attempt for him to be able to go for this 1v3. Picks off one midair. That's Magisboy finally going down. But these last two are going to be basically impossible. And Cajun B finishes it off with a beautiful op shot. It's going to be North, ladies and gentlemen, that take control of our final map of the day.